Well, hi folks, here we are on Thursday. This is day 6 of our shutdown at Nesbitt's Island Coffee at 1995 Island Town, Campbell River. Bit of a cloudy day today. Looks like we're going to have some drizzle through the weekend. Just touching base again. We're still sort of playing tag with Wuhan. Still haven't been caught, which is fortunate. What we have done is we have commissioned Theo Threads to do a mask for us. And we have a prototype that I'll show you. This is based on a design that a doctor had that she had made for herself. And so the mask is can be in different colors, but as I wear black, it's black on the outside. As I'm in Canada, it's Canada on the inside. Now it's got two layers of material, and in between the outer layer and the inner layer, there is a disposable HEPA filter, much like on a personal, one of the working masks where you screw the filter in and you can get rid of the filter. And this is totally washable. So it will fit very, very nice and tight to the face. The inside is a very soft, smooth material, so it's not hard to sort of put on. And again, this is a prototype, so I don't have the attachments for the ears yet, but that I've seen them, and they're going to work well. And of course, you have a pinch for the nose, and a cool HEPA filter that I believe is about 2.3 microns. So this isn't a perfect protection, but it's going to be almost as good as an N95. And of course, I can change that filter inside as much as I wish. I'll have 2 or 3 of these, so when I have to change a filter, the one I've taken the filter out, obviously we're going to want to wash and launder and use a fresh one each time with a fresh filter. So that, if anybody is interested in how we're doing that, I'll leave sort of an email address in the comment area so you can give us a shout. And with that email as well, we still have our coffee beans for sale for those who locally just want a good cup of coffee, can do it at home. Just give me an email, give me a shout. If you go to our website, nesbittsislandcoffee.com, my cell number is there as well. And we can arrange to meet you at the shop and get you some beans. And with that, like I say, we're here pretty much, either Chris or I, one of us are here every morning, as we have to check the freezers and fridges and all the systems to make sure we don't have a water leak or make sure everything is good. And check our fridge and freezer temperatures and make sure the frozen goods are still intact. Now I see our numbers sort of are increasing. I don't get into those. I leave that for the official sites you can go to. I think I posted a site yesterday that gives you the BC numbers and the Canadian numbers. And obviously, like they say, those are most of the provinces, they're not testing everybody. And so those are the only people the numbers coming up are people who they've tested who have showed symptoms or who are suspects, sort of thing. And I don't know, most people who do projections on those things, most professionals say you could multiply that by 10, the number by 10, maybe 20 to see what numbers we actually have. Because we know that for those who have been tested and verified, there's a lot of people moving around who aren't tested. I noticed a disturbing article from down Victoria where a couple of 70-year-olds were taking a picture of a young couple coming out of a coffee shop and not practicing safe distance. And when they asked them why they took their picture, they said they were going to sort of post it somewhere. And of course a struggle ensued and it didn't end up nicely. And that's where I think if, if some people just are goofballs, it's just the way it is. But I still think personally that if people knew the numbers and what locations and where everything is in, what communities do have a spread, that you would have more people paying more attention and getting into the scheme of things, and trying to sort of follow some order of regulations and some semblance of civility, and try to help everybody. But when you keep people in the dark, young people in particular, on their cell phones, on their devices, they get around the world in a flash, so they know what's going on. And when we're not telling them, they may think, well, there's nothing really here, man, or else they would be telling us. And why we're not, I am not sure. I don't know if it's just lack of manpower, or maybe they have a different protocol that I'm not aware of. But I've been saying that all along. Let people know the numbers, where they're going on. We don't need personal information. We just need the areas. And I think people would get much more serious. Again, young people don't go on assumptions. They can pick up their phone and get facts very quickly. And there's just various new ways to do that. And why we don't level with them, I do not know. I think that's just not the right thing to do. Mind you, I think more testing. And I think, the major organizations say that. Everybody should test as many as you can. And I understand that 80% of the people who do come down with the virus probably will just have mild cases or what have you. The other 15% are going to need hospitalization. 5 will be really in intensive care. That's according to Dr. John Campbell, and when he does his projections and looks at things out of different countries and their results. So I'm not just picking that out of the air. These are from professional people. And I think we should test more. I think we should, and make the results available so people know. You can't treat people like mushrooms and expect them to behave. Young people are, I think the people who are making these rules and regulations have to think when they were that age, when they were 18, 19. Everybody wasn't, a Boy Scout and Girl Guide. We all did silly things, and we're all sort of rebellious in a way. But when we knew what was actually going on and happening, most of us concurred and stepped into line. Because I don't think any young person out there wants to infect their grandparents or their parents or somebody else's grandparents. And I guess that's about all for now. Again, the prototype, I should have it finished for tomorrow. Actually, it's being done by Theo's Threads. And again, if you have questions on the prototype mask, just send me a quick email as well, and we'll try to answer your questions. Take care, and in this game of tag with Wuhan, make sure you don't get caught. Be safe out there, and most of the things that authorities are asking us to do make sense. We want to protect ourselves and whatever. That's why I've got the match on order, or in development, because I know masks work. From all the stats that I've sort of researched and studied, they do work. They're not perfect? No, nothing's perfect, but they're better than nothing. And I realize all the manufactured ones, the industrial ones, should be given over to our frontline workers, the doctors and nurses and paramedics and people who are out on the front lines. I can concur with that. I totally agree. And so that's why I'm making my own, and because I know they damn well work. And they're better than just sort of walking into a crowd with no mask at all. And if one doubts that, you got to just sort of ask why 1 billion people in China all wear masks in any Oriental country. It's not a fashion statement. It's just a necessity, because they know they've been through the infection wars and they know they work. So I guess that's about all for now. Again, take care. Dance through this thing safely, and chat to you tomorrow. Bye for now.